Good morning, thriving warriors. Today is Tuesday, May 2nd, 2022. This is birthday day for some people. It is 49 degrees outside right now. The high is going to be 74 and the low is down, say 50, 49. 49 to 74. It's very windy out here also as the sun is coming up. It's a beautiful day, a lot of wind, a lot of loose pages from books flying around the place. But here we are at Department of Career Services, where our goal is to help you get from point A to point B on your journey where point B is better. How do we do that, you might ask? Good morning, Charlene, and good morning, Todd. How do we do that, you might ask? Well, we do it through a series of little morsels to grab, chomp on, nourishment, things that are easy to get a hold of and help you move forward. Or you can store them away, pack them away over there. First, it's this video here, this podcast, but the real stuff is in the description down below. Please subscribe. Thumbs up, share, click on the bell. You know the thing. Please do all of that. Good morning, Diana. Please do all of that. But down below, we have a link to our online course, Neuroscience-Oriented Approach to Success, a link to the motivational video, which I watch. However, today I watched Huberman talking about sleep. There is the Jordan Peterson, a little short video, Daily Stoic, short little video. TED Talk today is Jordan Peterson talking about, Simon Sinek talking about neurotransmitters. Plus we have a story from Inc. magazine, help you to improve yourself and yourself at work. Seth Godin and his blog post, Jack Rowland, David Goggins, Baraka Church. We have our Aesop Fable. We have a daily prayer. So a lot of stuff down below. That's where the real action is. This is just to get you started, get you motivated. But that's where the stuff is. That's where the stuff is that you need to move forward, help you move forward on your journey. And it is a journey in a boat that you are metaphorical, virtual boat that you must build and crew. You have to get others to join your crew because you can't get from Someday Isle, where you are now, to some more Successlandia without a sturdy boat and a crew. The boat has sails. It has a rudder to steer, has the under the deck, the lower decks, the galley, the sleeping area, the cargo hold, etc., and it has the hull itself. Our program has 4 parts: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, which line up with this metaphorical boat. So the physical are the sails. Can't get anywhere without sails. Can't really do much in life if you're physically not healthy. So you've got to focus on fitness and health, what we consume and the physical activity that we do. Mental is like the rudder, your ability to steer against the current, against the wind, project your course, navigate to where you want to go. If your rudder is broken, you are called rudderless, at least in the law school I went to. You're called rudderless, so you're subject to the current and the winds, and you'll probably get dashed upon the rocks, won't end up in Successlandia. The under the decks, the lower decks, the galley and things is the mental, the emotional part of our program. What's below deck, the sleeping area where you keep safe and warm, store your cargo, because it's better than lashing them to the deck, being outside all day in the heat and the sun and the wind and the rain and the cold, etc. Nice below deck. So it's our emotions, and then the ship itself, the hull of the ship is the spiritual part, which is the most important part, because if something happens and that you get a hole in the ship, your boat will sink. Hopefully, best case, you're going to be grabbing onto a piece of driftwood or something, hoping somebody, praying somebody comes to rescue you. So that's that. Now, moving right along, let's get started. Lash yourself to the main soul. Whatever. We start with our coffee. French roast, I think, is what we have today. Yeah, a little bit weak. Meh. A little bit weak. Usually it's a good cracker, but today it's a little bit weak. Coffee, pen, book to write our notes in. Next, moving right along, our simple thought of the day. Next little morsel, something easy to grab. Advice from an 80-year-old. Number 2, look people in the eye. You don't have to do the Larry David. You don't have to do the Larry David. You can, but you don't have to. Look people in the eye. Next, attitude of gratitude. Write in your book, I'm so grateful and happy now that blank. And then ask yourself the question, what am I so happy and grateful for? Well, beautiful day. A little bit chilly, beautiful day, but we're going to City Impact today. City Impact. Got a text from City Impact asking if we could come and help. We're going to do that. Charlene, I'm wondering if after your appointment you could go to City Impact to pick the guys up, as I will be picking up V. I'll be picking her up, so I don't see that we're going to have enough room for her stuff. Our booty from City Impact and Matt, well, probably not Matt, but Mike. So can you do that? Is it possible after your doctor's appointment to go to City Impact and bring home the booty, so to speak? All right, so I'm happy about that meeting with Father Max today. V will be starting today, and that could be a new good chapter. Also got great news that Boxable and Paris have come to terms regarding the property for Fort Freedom, and even more so than that, Boxable got their approval. They met the IBC, International Building Code standards, for their wall panels. Huge, 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 huge. Did I say huge? Well, it's bigger than that. This is like, here we go. Here we go, baby. All right. We are off and running. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you. All right, so moving right along, today's TED Talk again, Simon Sinek talking about neurotransmitters. Turns out that our feelings and emotions are created by neurotransmitters. And when I say our, I mean all creatures that have a brain have a system for releasing neurotransmitters to help them do things without having to think. So, very good TED Talk, breaking it down. This week is week number 2 inside our skull-sized kingdom, but this is the week of building the boat, building our metaphorical virtual boat. We want to make sure we have the right size sail, rudder, properly fixed, attached, etc. A below deck that's big enough to hold the cargo and things that we're going to need, and of course the hull of the ship. So we're building our ship. We're learning to build our ship today. Next week, it's going to be getting the crew on our ship, getting the right crew, because it could be bad, right? Could be bad. We don't want to have a mutiny on our hands. So that's that. Seth Godin. Seth, the list of compromises. All the no compromise solutions have failed. Okay, so given all of the no compromise solutions have failed, if there was a way to solve our problem without giving something up, we would have done that already. Okay, so we're in a situation, everything that we wanted to do, we tried, it won't work. Now we have to compromise. Yes, rock and roll quotes. So if a persistent problem, something important, the question is not, should we compromise or not? The question is, which changes are we going to make first? So if a persistent problem is important, so if a persistent problem is important, the question is not, should we compromise or not? The question is, which changes are we going to make first? Cool. All right, now let's go to our FABLE. How are we doing over here? FABLE, okay. Everybody's still there. FABLE, the wolf and the shepherd. A wolf lurking near the shepherd's hut saw the shepherd and his family feasting on a roasted lamb. Aha, he muttered. What a great shouting and running about would there have been had they caught me at the very same thing they are doing with so much enjoyment. So in other words, the wolf is saying, boy, these people are happy. But just imagine if they caught me doing what they're doing, yelling and screaming and trying to. This is unfair. The moral of the story, man often condemn others for what they see no wrong in doing themselves. Okay, that's true. Different time, different place. I say to you, their house, their rules. Fourth law of power. The strong do what they can, the weak suffer what they must. The shepherd is able to kill the lamb, roast the lamb, eat the lamb with his family, and the wolf is forced to suffer watching because he can't take the lamb from them. There's a lot more to that one, but time is racing, so let us move on to our prayer, offering the day. Lord, we come to you before we begin our day's work. We ask you to bless this day. May we find whatever is good in the tasks we are set and the time that we share. Help us when you find some things too hard to understand. Teach us to be fair and generous with one another. So may we thank you for the day well spent. Amen. Good one. All right. How are we doing on time? 13 minutes in. Not bad. Not too bad. What's going on here? Marin. Okay, Marin sharing thoughts with her kid about her new kid, not named Edward. There's a trend here. All right, so we're winding it down. A couple more morsels to scoop, grab, net out of the sea, the rough sea, and correct. Diana has one of them. Act such that yesterday was the only easy day. Get a little bit more uncomfortable being uncomfortable. Embrace the suck. Don't look for comfort. Look for adventure, maybe. Look for meaning and purpose, where meaning is act such that everything you do matters. Purpose is service to others. Have an attitude of what can I do to help you, not how can I get you to do what I want, not manipulation. Time check, 6:20, check. All right, and last morsel. When is the journey over, Charlene? The journey is over when we stop breathing, when our heart stops. That's when the journey is over. So if you're still here, that means God isn't through with you yet. Go out, make something happen, spread goodness, not animosity, not division, not strife. Don't feel that you have to return every wrong. Someone says something mean to you, that's a reflection on them. What you do next is a reflection on you. Don't focus on them, that's them. That's how they are. Our goal is to help people improve. Focus on yourself. How did you respond? You can't control what that person does. Might be able to influence, hopefully. You can't control what that person does, but you can control how you choose to respond. Choose a way to respond that others will say, cool. Yeah, I wish I was more like that. Okay, so here we are at the end of another day, 15:57 in. Can somebody say and cut? And cut, thank you. Boom.